The story of how Netflix destroyed its biggest opponents is a captivating journey driven by innovation, strategic adaptation, and an unwavering focus on consumer behavior. Initially facing fierce competition from Blockbuster, Netflix introduced a disruptive subscription-based DVD rental model with no late fees, which directly addressed customer frustrations with traditional video rental services. When Blockbuster had the chance to acquire Netflix for a mere $50 million and dismissed the offer, it sealed its fate. Netflix then made a pivotal shift to streaming technology, positioning itself as a leader in digital entertainment long before other companies recognized its potential. As traditional media giants continued to rely on outdated business models, Netflix capitalized on changing viewing habits by offering on-demand access to movies and TV shows, introducing the revolutionary concept of binge-watching. With the launch of original programming like House of Cards, Netflix transitioned from being a mere distributor to a content creator, further distancing itself from competitors. In contrast, companies like Blockbuster were slow to evolve, ultimately leading to their decline, while Netflix's global expansion and data-driven approach to content kept it at the forefront of the industry. By continuing to innovate, whether through interactive content, gaming, or ad-supported tiers, Netflix ensured its survival and dominance, turning its initial challengers into distant memories. Number 5. Blockbuster, the most famous casualty. When Netflix was first getting established, the most significant opponent it faced was Blockbuster, which at the time was the most successful video rental chain in the world. Blockbuster had the possibility to acquire Netflix at the beginning of the 21st century for a measly $50 million. Nevertheless, they elected to decline the offer, which would prove to be an expensive move. An acquisition of Netflix was made by Blockbuster. There are several reasons why Netflix has surpassed Blockbuster, including the ones that have been described above. Netflix has developed a model for renting DVDs that is based on subscriptions and does not charge late fees. This is one of the reasons why Netflix has become so popular these days. This proposition quickly addresses one of the most significant annoyances that Blockbuster customers have, which is the availability of movies. Furthermore, Blockbuster continued to rely primarily on physical rentals, whereas Netflix made early investments in streaming technology, which laid the groundwork for the company's future domination in the digital entertainment industry. Blockbuster continued to rely significantly on physical rentals. Physical rentals remained Blockbuster's primary source of revenue. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy in the year 2010. As a result of the company's inability to adapt to the shift in the industry toward online viewing in a timely manner. This brought about the company's inability to adapt to the changing business environment. All of this information is shown here, which stands in stark contrast to the rapid expansion and growing presence of Netflix all over the world. Number 4. Competing with cable and traditional media. Established media businesses failed to understand the potential of Netflix and first rejected it as a minor player, despite the fact that Netflix was expanding at a rapid rate. Netflix, on the other hand, was responsible for a disruption in the cable television industry by altering the manner in which individuals employed entertainment. Netflix made a fundamental shift in its economic model with the release of House of Cards in 2013. This allowed the company to establish itself not only as a distributor, but also as a creator of original content, which in turn called into doubt the dominance of traditional networks. A further factor that contributed to the emergence of binge-watching as a cultural phenomena was the introduction of on-demand streaming by Netflix. This feature allowed customers to watch content according to their own schedules, which in turn contributed to the overall phenomenon. The traditional media was slow to adapt and failed to anticipate the tremendous shift that consumers were making toward listening to streaming content, which allowed Netflix to have a substantial head start in the market. This allowed Netflix to gain a significant competitive advantage. Number 3. Crushing new streaming rivals. Netflix was able to acquire a huge subscriber base and develop tremendous brand awareness early on in the streaming revolution by capitalizing on its first-mover advantage. This allowed Netflix to successfully build a strong brand. As a result, Netflix was able to maintain its lead against rivals like Hulu, Disney+, and Amazon Prime Video, all of which entered the market at the same time. Netflix quickly expanded into international markets after realizing the necessity for a global reach. As a result, the company became a pioneer in the transmission of locally tailored content to a wide variety of audiences. The early global footprint of the company not only led to a growth in the number of subscribers, but it also brought to the establishment of the company as a cultural bridge through the production of shows that received praise from all over the world, such as Money Heist. In addition, Netflix made use of complex algorithms that were driven by data in order to personalize the content recommendations it provided to its users. This resulted in an improvement in the user experience and an increase in the number of remaining customers. Through the consistent development of these technologies, Netflix was able to sustain the level of engagement and user-friendliness that its platform has. This made it possible for the company to continue to hold the position of being the most popular streaming service, despite the fact that the number of competitors had significantly increased overall. Number 2. How Netflix deals with market shifts. Even though new competitors like Apple TV and Peacock have just arrived, Netflix has been able to maintain its competitive advantage through continual innovation and flexibility. This is the case despite the fact that Peacock and Apple TV are both new competitors. In order to address problems such as the stagnation of subscribers, it introduced ad-supported tiers. These tiers offered viewers who were concerned about their budgets a starting point that was within their financial means, while simultaneously diversifying the sources of revenue. The content collection of the website has also been enlarged, and it currently includes a wide variety of films, ranging from high-budget blockbusters to international sensations such as Squid Game. This selection was made with the intention of appealing to a wide range of people all around the world. Netflix has expanded its products beyond the realm of traditional streaming by joining the game industry and the interactive narrative industry. One illustration of this is the publication of Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which exemplifies the company's commitment to expanding its ecosystem and maintaining its competitiveness in the entertainment industry, which is always evolving. Number 1. The broader impact. Netflix has brought about a revolution in the entertainment industry by redirecting the attention of customers away from linear, scheduled television and toward streaming content that is available on demand. A further accomplishment of the corporation is that it has made content from all over the world accessible and has popularized the practice of binge watching. Through this shift, the business was compelled to place a greater emphasis on streaming, which resulted in the creation of competitors such as Disney+ and Amazon Prime Video. Streaming has become increasingly important in the industry. The use of streaming services has become increasingly significant in the consumption of media. With its emphasis on data-driven personalization, global expansion, and diverse programming, which includes international hits like Squid Game, Netflix has been able to keep its position as the industry leader over this time period. This has allowed Netflix to succeed in maintaining its position as the market leader. Through the introduction of new features and innovations, Netflix is constantly adjusting its offerings to meet the ever-changing preferences of its audience. Interactive storytelling and tiers that are sponsored by ads are two examples of these types of stories. Although there is a great lot of competition, it has been able to keep its position as a dominant force because of its capacity to establish trends and engage audiences all over the world. This has allowed it to preserve its position as a dominant force. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon